part of my survival.
It's okay, fine. It's Frank Melville Memorial Pond. This is Frank Melville Memorial Park over here, and this pond helps keep so much wildlife alive here, which is why we're trying to protect it and save it, and we're really trying to raise awareness about how like filthy it is and disgusting. It's a big. The years, and if this pond was destroyed, this tree would probably be destroyed too. It wouldn't be fed and everything. It's just
I'm Nevin, I'm project director.
I'm Alex, I'm in charge of the Brookhaven National Lab contact.
I'm Jess. I'm in charge of experimental management.
I'm Steph, I'm tech management.
I'm Priyanka, and I did stuff with public relations.
I'm Esma, and I'm also in charge of public relations, and I'm a general videotaper of this entire documentary.
I guess you're right, and there's nothing I would say to you this time. You told me just what I had to live for, and there's no cloud in my eye.
So runoff from these outflow pipes are contributing nitrates and phosphates, which also contribute to algal blooms and eutrophication. Nitrates and phosphates typically come from bleaches and normal household detergents, which can be really detrimental to the water quality of, organisms that live in the pond.
If I meet more than you're right, I guess you're right. If I wake up in your mind, I guess you're right. I guess you're smart.
We're starting. Okay, so we test this water both biologically and chemically. We use this low-cost kit to test it chemically. We test both phosphate, nitrate, dissolved oxygen, temperature, pH, and turbidity.
And normally we would test for biological water quality right now too, but that takes a couple weeks. What we would do is we would take leaf bags, basically grocery bags with holes in them that are filled with rotting leaves for benthic macroinvertebrates to eat. Then we'd stake them onto the floor of the pond, and then we would collect them 6 weeks later to check how many benthic macroinvertebrates and what kinds of benthic macroinvertebrates were in the pond. Certain benthic macroinvertebrates have different levels of water tolerance, and so we'd see the water quality by what kinds of benthic macroinvertebrates live in the pond.
Okay, so few people know that there's actually a tributary of runoff coming this way into the general pond, which is over there, and that's the pond that most people know about. Not a lot of people know about this, and this is where most of the pollution comes from.
So this area, as you can see over there, has a lot of polluted groundwater because this goes from uphill to down here. And then the groundwater, which is already polluted, leaks into the stream around there, which then makes the stream itself polluted.
On water quality.
Talk.
So here we can see that it's really wet, and obviously runoff from uphill houses is flowing down to the downhill area, and it's flowing into the pond, which is creating a whole plume of runoff, which is at first concentrated, but soon spreads into the rest of the pond. And no one realizes how detrimental this could really be to the organisms who live in the pond. And so it's our duty to protect these bodies of water from pollution such as this, so that our posterity can have a better environment and healthier future.
Hi, I'm Tanya Big, and I was responsible for contacting SUNY Stony Brook and New York officials.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I was in charge of video editing and the press release, and
To chemically test the water quality of the pond, we used different pills and chemicals. So this one is for salinity, dissolved oxygen, pH, nitrates, and phosphates.
Tanya showed us how to test for nitrates in the water with this sample. Now let us discuss the importance of nitrates concerning water quality. Nitrate is an essential part of a water ecosystem. A good amount of nitrate is needed by the ecosystem to sustain life with the production of proteins in both plants and animals. But however, excessive amount of nitrate could cause a boom in plant growth in the ecosystem, thus causing bacteria to kill the excess plants. And
After waiting 5 minutes with this, we're going to compare it to the given chart, and we're going to match it up. So it looks like it's about 5 parts per million. And according to the chart, it means that nitrates ranking is fair.
so let's discuss the importance of dissolved oxygen in an ecosystem. Now, it's important to have high consistent amount of dissolved oxygen to sustain the life of all the organisms and the little critters that are living in the ecosystem. Now, if you have too low levels of dissolved oxygen, what's going to happen? All the critters are going to die and the bacteria is going to try to take over. So, dissolved oxygen is a crucial part of an ecosystem.
so part of our experiment was concerning benthic macroinvertebrates inside the Setauket mill pond. These little critters are part of our biological analysis,